Flight crew to passengers, welcome to Lena Redefined, where faith aligns, inspiration shines, and we explore the world one place at a time. Thank you all so much for joining me on my first YouTube video. I'm super excited to be starting this journey, and I'm so happy that you are coming alongside with me. I'm done running from this calling, and I'm just going to go ahead and start it and do what God has called me to do. So here we are. So today we are going to fly into a reflection activity before entering 2026. So one thing that God has been telling me is that before he's going to bless me in 2026, I need to be thankful and grateful and remember all the things that he has blessed me with thus far. So that is what has brought me to doing this reflection activity. So I hope that you will join me in doing some sort of reflection activity before the new year comes. If you don't have time to do it before, it's never too late to do a reflection activity. So with that being said, grab your passports, find your seats, and fasten your seatbelts. This plane has been cleared for takeoff. So I hope you had a safe flight here. Before we get into our reflection activity, I do want to tell you some things that you can expect from my YouTube channel. So one, I simply just want to share my faith in activities like this, right? I want to share the things that I have learned on my spiritual journey. God has been blessing me. He has been revealing things to me, giving me wisdom. And why would I hold all that for myself? That's selfish, y'all. So I am going to be sharing that with you all. The second thing that you all can expect from my YouTube channel is travel content. I know a lot of y'all have been wanting to see my travel content. So that's like travel vlogs, some tips that I have for traveling, things that I've learned while I've been traveling, places that you should visit, how I'm able to travel, all of that. So that is going to be in my traveling portion of my YouTube channel. And I'm going on a really big trip next year and I'm super excited. And I hope that I can vlog that experience for you all and you all can be living through that with me, right? So that is another thing that's going to be coming with the travel content. And lastly, I will sprinkle a little bit of teacher content in there as well. I know I have people that ask about how I got into teaching. Do I have advice for teaching? And my experiences, story times, things like that. So those are things that you can expect from my YouTube channel. And all in all, I just want to inspire others. I want to inspire others to be their best selves. I want to inspire us to live their best lives, to grow in their faith, and to travel. Please travel, y'all. In 2026, please travel, okay? Anyways, don't let me go off on my rant. Let's get into this reflection activity. So I have a goal of traveling to 30 countries before I turn 30. And so far, I have been able to travel to 14 countries. So for my reflection activity, I am simply going to thank God for those 14 countries that he has allowed me to see thus far. So for my reflection activity, I'm a huge picture person. Like I have like 60,000 pictures on my phone. Don't ask me why, and no, I'm not deleting them. But I chose a select few of those pictures from each of the locations, and I'm just going to go through and tell why I'm thankful for that specific trip and for that specific location. If you're not a big picture person, that's okay. You can journal if you like journaling. You can do digital media if you like digital media, whatever way that you would like to do to show gratitude to God for all that he has done for you. So another part of this activity that I won't show on camera, I am going to use these boards and I'm going to cut and glue them to the board. I'm going to put them up in my room, but I am just going to show you guys the first part, which is the actual reflection part of this activity. So I hope that you are joining me in some kind of way and we're going to get started. So I'm going to go in chronological order, starting with my very first international trip, which is crazy to say, but it was Greece. Greece was my first international trip. And to start, I just want to thank God that my aunt and uncle allowed me to go with them on this trip. That's truly what sparked my interest in traveling internationally. So that's my first thing. I thank God for putting them in my path to allow me to experience my first international trip. So these first two pictures are from Athens. We had so much fun. So Athens was a very like historical place. So it was very, very cutesy, very demure. And then next was the infamous Santorini, right? So I really liked Santorini. I took flying dress pictures there, and y'all will see a lot of people that I've met on my travels. So this is my cousin, as well with some two people from England that I met there as well. So I love meeting people when I travel, and Santorini was very fun to say the least. So this was also in Santorini. We went to a volcanic island and we were able to actually swim in the waters, and the waters were so pretty. I was so scared. That's why I like this picture, because my uncle was like, come on, like, you can do it. Can you swim? And I'm like, I can swim, but I don't know about down here in the deep blue sea. But here I am swimming. So I'm grateful that I was able to have the courage to do that. Next is Mykonos. We went to Mykonos and I met this. She's so cute. She's so cute. I love meeting people out of the country. And then last is Oya. It was so pretty. So pretty. We watched the sunset there, and there were like boats in the water and like people boat out there to go watch the sunset. So Greece was my first international trip. I'm so grateful that God allowed me to go with my aunt and uncle to see the world, and just to spark that inside of me that I really did want to travel the world. So very grateful for my first international trip to Greece. Okay, so my second time leaving the country was on a cruise. So I know we love cruises. We love cruises, right? So this first picture are a lot of people that I met on the cruise, and they were so cool, so fun to be around, and we literally had a ball. This second picture is in Porto Maya. Yeah, y'all see me? Y'all see me on a jet ski? Yeah, I was doing my big one. So this one was in Cozumel, Mexico. This one was in Belize. So y'all, we went tubing, like a underground cave tubing. It was so cool. So Belize definitely was one of them ones. And lastly was Mahogany Bay in Honduras. So we went. This was my first time. Yeah, this was my first time ziplining, and I did not know how fun ziplining was. We even did the one that was like a Superman one where you're like laying flat. So super grateful for this experience, because this just like gave me a little more courage to travel out of the country, and it was something that was fun, something that was, it's a little more secure. So when you're looking into traveling, and I did not go on this one solo, but y'all will see soon that I went on a few solo trips. You want to start with like smaller trips just to build your confidence in traveling. So I'm grateful that this cruise built my confidence in international traveling. So my next international trip was to Vancouver, Canada. And y'all, I love Vancouver. It was cold. Like it was definitely giving snow, but Vancouver was just so like refreshing. Like when I went there, I was like, do these people work? Like y'all just look so happy. But I did hear that like in some places in Canada, they give them like a couple hour lunch breaks. Like work in America, don't even get me started on work in America. But Vancouver was very refreshing, and I was just like, I would live here. Like it's just so peaceful. So this first picture is just me with the Canadian flag. The second picture, we went on this, what are these things called? Like sky bridges over like a forest. So this was very pretty. So this is a picture where we went out on the mountains, honey. And when I tell y'all, we was hiking on snow. Like we had to put on ice shoes literally to hike up this mountain, but it was very fun. So I'm thankful for Canada for simply just refreshing me and showing me a different way of life, that life does not have to be as difficult as I have been shown in my life in America. Life can really be simpler. So thank you, Canada, for that. Thank you, God, for allowing me to go on this trip and refreshing my mind, because at that time I very much needed that. Also, Canada was one that was kind of a confidence booster as well, because it's not too far away, but it was also very, very pretty. So my next international trip was to Cancun, and y'all, Cancun was so fun. So I was thankful for this trip because I went with my sister, and she wanted to celebrate with her sisters and her friends for graduating with her master's. So that was a very big deal, especially for our family. My grandmother graduated with her master's, but other than that, there's literally nobody in our family that has master's degrees. So that was a really big deal, and I really wanted to celebrate that with her. So I was very grateful to be able to spend that time with my sister. I met some amazing people. So this one, I may need to do a Cancun travel vlog because I have some things to tell y'all about Cancun. Cancun was really fun. This picture is me and my sister. So this was also me and my sister's first international trip together. And my middle sister, this is actually her first time out of the country. So I was like, yes, girl, like let's get you out the country. So I was very grateful to spend this time with them. This was me and my sister's friends. So I'm very grateful that she has a support system. I think that's very important. So I'm grateful that her friends were able to show up and show out for her. Next, these were the people that we met. These were our London friends. Don't get me started with them, honey. The Londoners be Londoning, okay? So this was our friends, and I'm so grateful to meet nice people when I travel. So my next international trip was another cruise, and this time I got to go with extended family, so like great aunts, great uncles. So I was very grateful to be able to spend time with them, get some wisdom, learn some new things about my family. Lord, my family is crazy. But I just had a great time being with them and spending time with them. We went to the Bahamas. So this is me, my sister, and my uncle. So we had a great time and I love being around my family. I truly do. This one was we went on a bike ride. We went on a bike ride in the Bahamas and it was very fun. Like we were racing and I didn't really think I knew how to ride a bike. I learned how to ride a bike when I was younger, but I haven't ridden a bike in so long. So I was like, and we're going to be going on a trail through the rocks. I'm finna be on the ground. But I wasn't, and that was a very good bonding time for me and my family. And lastly, this is me and my extended family. So this is all of us. And I am just so grateful. I'm so grateful to be able to travel with my family. Traveling is something that I love to do. So when my family comes too, it's just like icing on the cake. So I thank God for allowing me to spend time with my family even through my travels. So next up is Jamaica. And y'all, I can already tell y'all. The reason I am thankful for my Jamaica trip is because I have really good friends. Like, I was so grateful for all of my friends that were able to come out and celebrate me for my birthday. Like, y'all are amazing. God really blessed me with some good friends. So, this first picture, and y'all, I had like, I had us match colors, and even the guys did it, y'all. The guys even matched the colors. So I'm grateful that they go along with my shenanigans. So this is our first picture. We wore blue on this day. This one was our very first day there. And for a lot of my friends, this was their first time out of the country. Like, y'all, I love taking my friends and family out of the country for the first time because they're truly able to experience a new culture. And I just love that for them. And I hope I can spark something in them that makes them want to travel too, right? So this was our first day there. We were at the little pool. Y'all made it to Jamaica vlog too. So we also did some excursions. So this is us when we were doing ATV riding. We did horseback riding in the water too. We did zip lining. So it was very fun. Then y'all, so these two pictures, this is my bestie Autumn, like A1 since day one, literally. And this day we went to Sumfest. It's like a Jamaican music festival. And I really wanted to go. And I was asking everybody if they wanted to go. And people were like, no. But my bestie, she gonna come through every time. So she was like, yes, girl, let's go. Y'all, we were literally out for so long. Like, they told us that it didn't end until like 5 a.m. But we were like, okay, cool. Like, whatever, we can come whenever we want to. We ended up getting there at midnight. And we came back at like 5 a.m. And if y'all know anything about Jamaica, they have very reliable like taxi drivers. Like if somebody drops you off, they have to pick you up and take you back. Like it's like a thing there. So I was grateful that we were able to get there, be there and get back home safely. So thank you, God, for your protection. And this was us after I told her that I wanted to watch the sunrise. So right after we came back from the music festival, we went straight to watch the sunrise. So I am very thankful for her, and I'm thankful for God protecting us while we were out in the streets, Lord, in the streets. So next up was probably one of my favorite trips. So this was my first solo international trip. And I thank God for protecting me, for getting me there safely, for allowing no hurt, harm, or danger to encounter me, and for literally having a great time. So this was me in London. This was, you know, the double decker with Big Ben in the back. This was a little hot chocolate place. So I love hot chocolate. So having hot chocolate in London, I was just like, period. Like I'm living my dreams right now. So then I went to Paris and I wish I had a picture, but I didn't find a picture with one of my friends that I met there. So she was Canadian. Shout out to Mahal, period girl. And she lived in Paris. So these are my pictures from Paris. She was here in this picture, but she's not in the picture. And then I took some little like professional pictures too. So I'm very grateful that God was able to see me through my first solo international trip, and plenty more to come for sure. For sure. Just wait. My next location, I took another solo trip to Tulum, Mexico. And Tulum is so pretty. Like being able to see the Mayan ruins, I was very grateful for that. Like just to see history and to see that not only has God been working in my life, but He's been working for years, years literally. That was great to see. So the Mayan ruins were definitely fun. I went to some cenotes. So if you have not been in a cenote, you have to go, y'all. So the cenotes truly showed God's work on this earth. Like some of the things that are created naturally, I'm just like, how? Like, how did that even happen? So cenotes definitely. Oh, also back to the Mayan ruins. This is one of the seven wonders of the world. So I was very grateful that I was able to see my first wonder of the world. I hope to see all seven of them throughout my lifetime. So then I took some more pictures. I told you I'm a picture person, so we love these pictures. And again, I told y'all are going to see all the nice people that I met throughout my travels. So I met this couple. I didn't get their contact information, but they were so sweet, y'all. Like we went on the excursions and the excursions were all day. And so they truly just like took me in like one of their friends, and we had a great time. So thank you all to them. I thank God for allowing me to see one of the seven wonders of the world, meet new people, and get me there, keep me there, and bring me back home safely. So my most recent international travels were to the continent of Europe, and all of these places that I'm about to go through was in one trip in a span of 3 weeks. So if you want to hear more about the English summer camp that I went to specifically in Poland, please let me know and I can make a video on that experience as well. So if you all have me on social media, you know this girl right here. This is my UK bestie, Kaylee. I told y'all I love meeting new people, and Kaylee was truly amazing. Like, we finna link back up here pretty soon. We're gonna link up. We have to. So this was the very first day that I met Kaylee. We rode the bus together and we sat next to each other. This was the very last time I seen Kaylee. Hopefully I'll see her in 2026. And then this was the last time we seen each other too, with one of our friends, Mei Ling. So very grateful for the people that I was able to meet while I was on this English summer camp. So a little bit into detail about the English summer camp. So the first week I was in an English summer camp called Hojnik, and this was in Poland. And this means so much to me because at the end of every camp, you write the kids notes and they write you notes. So I may make that a video one day, going through all the notes that the kids wrote me from Poland. But these are the ones I wrote for them at Hojnik camp. This is me and Kaylee with our Polish sausage. So we did a campfire and we roasted Polish sausage. And this was a great experience. Like, I feel like this was so like authentic. I was like, period. Like Polish sausage in Poland. Yeah. So then this means so much to me because one of the girls made me a bracelet out of a flower, and it was so sweet. And they made Kaylee one too. So we had like matching bracelets. Yeah. Me and Kaylee was really them girls. We was really them girls. So these are some other people that we met also at the English summer camp, and they were truly special because they were all from different backgrounds, all from different cultures, different areas of the world. So it was great to meet new people. And lastly, this is me showing y'all I was trying new foods, y'all. If you know me, y'all know I do not try new things. I'm a very picky eater. But while I was there, I tried new foods. So yeah, period. For the second week, I was at a camp called Dwór Pomorski. And Dwór Pomorski, here are my notes that I wrote to them. And I'm so glad that I took pictures of them because now I can look back on them like, oh, name like Julia and Inka and Zosha, like period, because I remember a lot of the kids' names and I can see what I wrote, so that makes me like remember them as well. So these are the notes that I made for the kids at Dora Pomorski. So I really like Dora Pomorski because it was a beautiful land. So I also may do a vlog on the summer camps that I went to while I was in Poland, but Dora Pomorski was such beautiful land. And in our free time, the volunteers were able to go and like do activities. So they had a canoeing like on site. So we got to canoe. So this is one of my friends that we canoed together. And shout out to him because I was a little tired at some points and he took the weight and he was paddling. So period. And then this is the whole group. We all went out one day and canoed, and they were jumping off into the water and doing flips and tricks, and it was really, really fun. So I am very grateful for both of those summer camps, as I learned so much about the kids there. I learned so much about new cultures, and it was truly an amazing experience. On the third and final week of my English summer camp experience, I went on something called the Euro trip. So we were still with kids. It was still considered an English summer camp, but we traveled with them. So we all got on the bus and we literally just traveled through Europe. So all of my final countries all came from the Euro trip while I was traveling with the kids. So this experience itself was great because I was able to talk with the kids, learn from the kids. I'm really big into education, so I was questioning about their education system. What did they like about the education system? I just learned so much from those kids. So the first place we went was, I went back to Paris, but this time I got to go to Disney. While I was in all of these countries, I had groups of kids with me. So while we were at Disney, I had like 5 to 7 girls with me here. So this was at Arc de Triomphe. This is like literally a picture that would be in a magazine. Like, look at the car. Look at the woman with her little crown on. I don't know if they was kings and queens, but baby, they was giving kings and queens. So Paris was very fun. So the next place that we traveled to was Amsterdam in the Netherlands. Everyone has to go to Amsterdam. Like, you can't even describe Amsterdam. Like, it's just so free. Like, the water is so pretty. Like, the city itself is just so pretty. So in this one, we went on this little boat ride together through all of the canals, and that was probably the best part of Amsterdam. And I was just so grateful that I was able to see all of those things with my eyes. We were able to go to Anne Frank's house, so that was pretty cool. Like, Amsterdam was top tier. So this one is so special because we weren't allowed to take pictures with the kids. So I had pictures of all of our feet while we was just chilling. This group of kids in particular, they were like, we don't want to walk around anymore. Like, let's just chill by the water. And if y'all know me, that's my cup of tea. So it was just chit chatting, sitting, talking by the water. So this lives rent free in my head for sure. Next, this is just me with the Netherlands flag. And this is another picture while we were on the boat. So I'm so grateful for Amsterdam. I had so much fun with the kids and great experience. 10 out of 10. So the next place we went to was Brussels in Belgium. And Brussels was really pretty. They had very good chocolates, period. Belgium chocolate is real. So this is me with the city in the background. This is me at the European Parliament, period. I was finna knock on the door and ask them if they will accept me as a citizen, but yeah. So this is when we went to see this big atom. There was no really significance of the atom. It was just like there and it was cool. So we went to see it. So I really did enjoy Brussels. Their infrastructure is crazy. It was so pretty there. It's very much a walkable city. So it is a great one that you should visit as well if you are going to Europe. So last but not least is Berlin, Germany. And again, infrastructure, 1,000 out of 10. This is why I love pictures so much. Like, you can see the rainbow in the picture. The cathedral in the back is amazing. All of their infrastructure was just unbelievable. So if you like infrastructure, you like seeing very cool buildings, please go to Europe. Specifically, visit Berlin, Germany. This picture, we went to an indoor water park and we were there for like literally all day. But it was so fun because we could be off on our own. We would see the kids around. It was very much a fun experience. Last but certainly not least, this is one of my favorite photos. So this means so much to me because if y'all see, I have a little bear that says Berlin on it. And I was gifted this by one of the girls at the camp, and I still have the bear. And it just meant so much to me. I did a good deed for her while we were in our group, and we were out in, I think we were in Brussels, and I told her she did not have to repay me. I did not need anything in return. It was just a good deed. And she was like, but no, I have to. So we just forgot about it. We went on with our trip. And on our last stop, this was literally the day that I left for my flight. Oh, she literally was like, I got you something. And she bought me this bear that said Berlin. Like, it just meant so much to me because it was so thoughtful. And you never know what your good deeds do to people, and it makes them want to do good deeds as well. Even if that wasn't returned to me, if she would just do a good deed for someone else, the world would be a much better place. So thank you all so much for tuning in to my reflection activity. Again, I hope you will do a reflection activity for yourself and thank God for everything that he has blessed you with thus far. I thank God for all of the 14 countries I have been able to visit in my lifetime, and I am praying for blessings and safety and all the above during my next 16 countries that I will visit before I turn 30. Thank you for hopping on board today as we completed our reflection activity. I hope that you choose to do a reflection activity as well, just to thank God for everything that he has already done in your life. We know that we expect blessings and we want God to continue to bless us, but let's not forget what he has already done. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope that you join me in future flights with Lena Redefined. See you soon.